Hey guys, welcome to another tutorial for, actually this is going to be the first one for Windows 10. Now this isn't going to be a tutorial based on 32 or 64-bit because they're exactly the same, but I will go ahead and go basically from this point on how to install Windows 10 properly and basically let you get the most out of it. So let's go ahead and get started. First off the bat, you can use the Express settings and go from there. Yeah, that's fine. But I recommend going to Customize Settings. You can cut now. In Windows 10, you get Cortana, which allows you to search by recognition of certain objects, such as your name, your favorite things to do, and search for contacts and other information like that. I'm just going to leave it on by default. Sending, typing, and inking data. It's basically adds into detail for Windows 10's Cortana. Now, let apps use your advertising ID is something that I usually turn off. What that does is it adjusts for your content that you see. Alright, and location. Here's the other one that I kind of turn off. They don't really know, or they don't need to know where you live or anything like that. It doesn't affect anything. If you use Google search or anything like that that needs to use a location, it asks separately. This is just for Windows and their advertising partners, so let's go ahead and turn that off and hit next. Browser protection, all this stuff. Smart screen, yeah, it's alright. It's basic. Since Internet Explorer is basically gone, they're going to replace it with Microsoft's Edge. We've got a little bit better protection, so I'm just going to leave that on. It doesn't affect anything. It does prevent against third-party apps that aren't official in the store yet, which is a good thing, but unless you're trying to develop an app, it's not going to affect you. Page prediction is a thing that I really hate. It tries to give recommendations based on what you've visited in the past. It's a really annoying little tool. We're going to skip that as well. Here we go. Ability to change a few things down here. Connectivity and error reporting. Alright, automatically connect to suggested open hotspots. If you're on a wireless tablet or a laptop and you're always on the go, it's alright to use. Not the best thing, it's not secure. Not recommended. Turn that off. Like, let's say you go on to McDonald's, bam, you're automatically connected. Horrible idea. It also allows for more open security holes on your system. Keep that off. Automatically connect to networks shared by your contacts. Again, you could have a hacked friend or whatnot that has a bad profile. Not a good idea to leave this open. Yeah, they can share it, and you may trust that friend, but in reality, it's just a hacked profile that's been compromised and has bad information, and they just get to basically hook into your laptop, steal your information, and it's all done. You don't never know. Alright, so send error and diagnostic information. Don't care to send it to them. Microsoft never listens anyway. What they do is they have their own team that looks at the different problems that are available, and from there they develop patches and upgrades and service packs and whatnot. Now with Windows 10, I'm not sure if they're going to keep doing service packs as they are called in the past with Windows operating systems, but for this video and tutorial purpose, we're going to leave this off and go ahead and click next. Just a moment. Now my computer is a lot slower, so I'm going to be cutting out bits. I'm not on a computer. This is a virtual machine that I've created, so it's not exactly how you may see it sometimes, but it is a good representation of how you should install Windows 10 when you get it. Now, if you're doing an upgrade, I don't really recommend upgrades. One, you have compatibility and driver issues. Two, you have either missing files or moved files that no longer work. Three, you're going to run into general hardware incompatibility, as in, let's say you have two hard drives now. One of them may not be synced because they're two different models. Yeah, let's just go with that. Alright, now who owns this PC? Here's where it gets really nit and gritty. If you have a house and it's computers in your house, but yet say you're using a computer for work, you're going to choose My Organization, even if it says I do, so it's like your personal computer. But if you use it for work, you're still going to need to choose My Organization. If it's a work computer, of course, you choose My Organization. Now, if it's a personal laptop that you don't use for work or anything like that, choose I do. For this purpose, I'm going to go with My Organization as it belongs to my group. So click this, and I hit next. Again, it's going to take a moment. Alright, so here we have 2 bits of information that will decide how your computer connects to a network and how secure it is based on what policies are in place. For My Organization, that is, if you have a work computer, you're going to install it only for that purpose. Of course, easy decision, My Organization. Now, if it's a personal computer that you also use for business or company, then you would still use My Organization to connect it to the domain. Now, if it's a personal PC that's not affected or controlled by any means, or you don't use it for work purposes, you're just going to choose I do because it's a home PC. That's what I'm going to do. And hit next. This makes it a lot easier. What you would do is you put in username, password. Your username, of course, is your email. Alright, now I've gone ahead and skipped signing in with my username or email and gone straight to just creating a local user. The benefits and cons of this are, and the good side is, you're not connected to an online account. It's all local. Nothing's out in the cloud so far, and you have full control of your account. The cons, you don't get all their nifty features. You don't get any extra security, and you don't get any of the promotions or add-ons that they allow or basically offer to you. Who's going to use this PC? Me, Marvin. My password, I'm going to make very hidden. And I'm going to put my default as my password because I know what my password is. We're going to go ahead and hit next. Alright, so now we're in the final stages of the install. This won't take long is a total lie. It does take forever on most computers, including mine. A while back on the first few technical previews for Microsoft Windows 10, it did take about 10 minutes at this screen, and I've got a pretty nice computer. Yeah, and it literally took about 5-10 minutes. What this goes through is, of course, at the bottom it tells you setting up your apps, setting up your customizations, your features, or if you've connected to your email account, it allows you to change whether you want to connect and sync to your account for this computer. Let's say you have 2 or 3, and like one's a tablet, one's your desktop, one's your laptop. You can actually sync all 3 of those devices to your email account and have them all display the same content across all 3 devices, or you can add a brand new device that's completely separate from the sync devices as well and not have any issues. Don't turn off your PC. That is a good one. If you turn off your PC during this step, I can't guarantee it will work ever again. Alright. Hey, we're good! Yay! Alright, so first thing that popped up, if you're connected already to a local network, it's going to give you this option to allow your PC to discover other devices on the network. My personal recommendation is if it's in your home or at work, sure, go ahead. It's not going to affect anything that's going to hurt you at all, and it's not going to steal your identity, of course. So let's go ahead and hit yes, especially since I'm here in my office. So it does look like a lot of the styles have changed. Now, Windows 10 does retain the newer Metro style of icons and the color scheme, but as far as, let's say, the navigation goes, it goes back in time to a little bit more user-friendly navigation. What I mean by that, we'll just do a quick overview of how it looks. Start menu. You think it was to the Metro screen? Bam! Back to the old style of browsing. You can actually browse for your programs that are installed or even your apps. This gives you the newer Metro tile system from Windows 8. A little bit less bulky and clunky, more compressed, but more customization still. Secondly, you have a moose to use. If you're connected to your email account, whatnot for live, you are going to see your email right here, and then you'll have your customized apps if you had synced it across your devices, which may have taken as long as mine did just to install on a blank copy of Windows 10. Now, recently I added OneDrive. Since that's basically the first thing it wants to install, it wants you to go to the cloud. Windows 10 is all about the cloud and getting you up in the cloud to have your files at your fingertips wherever you go. Now, as you can see, it's still doing, I have no idea. It looks like it's still just loading the programs, which is fine. But let's go back into the menu. So we can go to the File Explorer. Bam. Mine's going to take a lot longer to file it than yours. I'm running a lot slower system. But again, different interface, still similar to Windows 8 and 8.1, but slightly different in regards to now you have quick access and a little bit different, easier to use layout. Okay, now let's continue on. Alright, so let's exit out of this. Go back into the start menu once more. Alright, so settings. Settings have changed yet again. Windows 8, you were required to use the Metro interface, which was very, very frustrating trying to navigate where to go. Now, it is more simplified. You have the old style, well, it's still Windows 8 style a little bit, but Windows 7, you had categories. Same concept here, brought back categories. Your Metro design is still there, but the categories allow for easier access. System, it gives you a description. Same with devices, network, and all these. So let's go into system real quick. Display, notifications, apps, and power. If you click onto it, yes, again, Windows 8 navigation style, but more simplified and easy to use. It details and outlines where everything is and what is in each subcategory here. Display, notifications and actions, apps and features, multitasking, tablet mode, power and sleep, storage, offline maps is another. I'll get back to that one in a minute. Default apps and about. Now, if we go to about, it'll give basically your PC's information. This is what's replacing system properties from Windows 7 and Windows 8. This will give you basically a lot of information about it. PC name, whatever you named your PC. Your organization, if you had joined it to your organization, your domain for your organization would be there. And it still gives you the ability, even if you're not on the domain, to join an Active Directory in Azure. Now, the edition is Windows 10 Pro for me, and I've got the Insider Preview, of course. Your product ID, of course, which is Windows 10 product ID. The processor, since this is on my virtual machine, I've got a dual-core Opera in the back that I've just hosted a few VMs on. Now, I'm only running the VM right here on 2 gigs of memory. It's recommended for a minimum of 4 gigs to allow for expansion. It also allows for most of Windows 10 features to operate smoothly. Windows 8, 8.1, and even Windows 10 now rely heavily on memory and graphic power, so your GPU, and so you'll need something for it to be a baseline of. 4 gigs is my recommendation. You can have 2, you can have 3, 4, 5, 6, however many gigs, but it's recommended for at least 4, in my opinion, to have everything run smoothly. Now, I'm running a 64-bit operating system, of course, since I do have a 64-bit capable processor. Alright, so we're back. Alright, so maps is the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. Bing Maps has become a big part of Windows 10 because it was mobile-centric. The reality and project of this was to have maps downloadable from Bing Maps on the go for your region, and you could basically travel with your laptop, finding places around you and whatnot for work or even for leisure. Um, Now, with this, yeah, you could have connection issues if you're always on a hotspot, but you can meter it and limit how much you use. It allows you for automatic updates, of course, and you can check every once in a while whenever you need to, or when you do a Windows update, it will do the same thing. Storage gives you the ability to check on how much storage is available to your computer and what devices. Of course, I only have 120 gigs I allotted for this virtual machine, so I have about 100 gigs left. Now that's going to change once you start adding updates and patches and security fixes to your system. The amount of space recommended for just C drive itself, the minimum is going to be about 40 gigs, but I recommend at least 60 gigs for your C drive. Some people accidentally install stuff to C drive. Other people have programs that will only install to the operating system drive, which would be C drive. So take that in mind when you're shopping for a new hard drive or your current system. Be sure to allot as much space as possible without making it something you want to save everything to. Your documents and your libraries for pictures, music, videos are all on C drive, but you can map them to another location or another drive if need be. And I can show you guys that in another video as well to save your space and to save the life of your computer. But let's continue for now. Alright, so you can in Windows 10 change your save locations, which is a benefit. This is one of the ways you can change where everything saves to. New documents, of course, save to C drive. Or if I click it and there was another drive, I could save it to that drive. Since I only have one drive on this system right now, which is the main partition I had set aside for this virtual machine, all I have available to me is the C drive. Music as well, pictures, video, like I was talking about before, you can change right here to make it simple. I will make another video that gives it more detail. Power and sleep. A lot of people on laptops will like this option. It's quicker and more convenient to just click on this. But there is another option for those with tablets or convertible laptops as well. Screen, when I have it plugged in, of course, it's always plugged in. I'm going to leave this always on, so it's never. In additional power settings, I can go here. Bam, it brings up the old control panel. Yay, there it is. Your old control panel is there still. It's a little bit more difficult to get to for your options, but I'm going to make it another video that shows you how to get to it as well with more advanced features. I'm going to change it to high performance for now, just for the purpose of this video. Alright, now this is what I was talking about right here for your tablet users and your convertible laptops and your 2-in-1 laptops. Your tablet mode. Alright, tablet mode allows it more touch-friendly when using a device as a tablet. If I turn this on, it will change the view settings of the screen to be more intuitive with a touch screen or a slim screen for, let's say, a tablet, of course. Hence the name tablet mode. Now, you can change it to always on. Remember what I last used, automatically switch to tablet mode or go to the desktop when you sign in. If you want to remember what you last used, of course, you can manually change it back and forth, and it'll remember once you sign off and sign back on what was last saved. When you go to desktop, it will always go to the desktop view first. And then same for automatically switching to tablet mode, it will always go to that first. Now you can change it once you're in tablet mode back. It is a fairly easy option to do, and I'll show you the quick way to do it once we're done. When this device automatically switches tablet mode on or off, always ask, or don't ask, and always switch. So basically you can don't and don't, always ask or don't and ask, or don't and switch. And for tablet mode, for some tablets that are smaller, it allows you to hide the app icons in the taskbar in tablet mode. These icons down here at the bottom, it'll change the view on that. Since I'm on a desktop, it would ruin my display settings. You can still do it on a desktop. I don't recommend it. Multitasking, here you go. Bam, arrow is back again, and it allows you on this time to put 4 windows in each corner. So one window in the top left, top right, bottom right, bam. Instead of just side by side, you actually have the option now for quadrants instead of just the two displays. This is going to help a lot of people that just have one monitor and want to get the most out of the space on the monitor. Now, if you have a smaller monitor, like 17 or 19-inch monitor, it's not really going to look too good, and you're not going to be able to see as much. But let's say you have a 22 or a 24 or even a 27-inch monitor. That widescreen will allow you to view it a little bit better, give you more retail space when viewing. Virtual desktops is nothing that I like. It gives you the option to create content on different desktops. And for virtual desktops, it gives you two options. You can show the taskbar on just the main desktop or on all desktops. And same with the Alt tab on both. Now, if you leave it only on a desktop I'm using, of course, basically all you see is this screen, and if you go to your secondary desktop, it looks like an extended screen like you had on Windows 7, where you had no taskbar or icons on the secondary monitor. You would have had to have an add-on or third-party software to do that. Windows 8.1, or 8 and 8.1 rather, did give you the option to have a taskbar on both windows, but the icons still only stayed on one. With Windows 10, it gives you the ability to put the icons on all the taskbar windows for each desktop, and basically it's easier convenience, or more convenient that way to do it every desktop. Apps and features. Here you can change what type of apps you have and how they operate. Not really going to go into too much detail. Determining app sizes still, of course, because I don't really have much. Here are your default apps. You have Photos, Mail and Calendar, OneNote, Store, Get Office, Music, Maps, of course, which I talked about earlier on how to download local maps, movies and TV, Xbox, of course, because it links to the 360 and the Xbox One. Your money, news, weather, people, phone companion. If you have a Windows 10 enabled phone, not many people do, but if you do, you can synchronize it quicker this way, and it allows for more options to open up in terms of security, transfers, and synchronization. You can also see your contacts as well. Voice recorder, sports, alarms, and clock. Same as the Windows Phone, it's all in one. And it gives you a few games as well. I'm not going to get into all of them, but yeah, you do get a few, and most of them are just junk you're probably never going to use, and you can remove them locally. Notifications and actions. Here you can show what types of notifications pop up, and as a quick note, the notifications now appear down here. It's not called an action center, it's called a notification center now, and I'll show you that in a moment. Display. Alright, so now if you have one display, you're only going to see this, bam, nothing else. You can change text size with the slider still, same as you would the other operating systems. Secondly, if you had two, you could still do it as well with the old style, where you can move one to the other side, back and forth, or up and down. You can slide it around, so it's basically the same. It's just in a smaller, easy to use space. That's it for most of the system settings. I'm not going to get into the devices or any of this right now. I will have another video for that. Of course, my Windows isn't activated yet because I haven't connected it to the internet, really. I am on the internet, but I haven't activated it. I'll do that in another video or off camera, and we'll have another video for that. I want to go into a brief overview of the notification area. If you click on this little icon down here, bam, Action Center is here. There are no new notifications. Sorry for my speech impediment there. Alright, so that gives you a quick overview of any errors, upcoming updates, patches, programs that are popping or pending a change. It will all be right here. If you right click on it, you can open the Action Center itself. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, so you have the options at the bottom. So here's your tablet mode again that you can change to and from tablet mode on the go very seamlessly. VPN is the thing that easily connects to your organization. It's not the easiest to work with still, but it is an improvement over what they previously had with Windows 7 and 8. Your Connect is to connect to other devices that are Windows friendly. You can create different notes in a notepad right here. All settings brings up that control panel again with the Metro interface. So another quick go-to spot. Quiet hours you can enable for no notifications or alerts, sounds, anything like that in the scheduled time that you've allotted. And location, since I've disabled location, it's going to be grayed out on mine, but you can click that as well. That does it for just the basic install and startup of Windows 10. I'll get into more features as we go along, but this is going to wrap up the first video that we have here for the Windows 10 Pro Insider Preview. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I'll be making more videos as I go. Before the release of Windows 10, I want to get as many people up to date with this new operating system as possible and help you out as best I can without having to actually be there to help you. In addition to this, I want to give you the training, skills, and knowledge to make sure that you can install it yourself, maintain it yourself, and you know what you're doing. If you have any questions, like I said, just put them in the comments below or send me a message. My information will be in the description below. Check down here, like and subscribe if you like this video, dislike if you disliked it. If you didn't like it, leave a comment why you didn't like it and I can work on it. Or if you just didn't like it because you're hateful, go ahead and leave that too. I don't care. I kind of make these videos for a hobby and not really my profession, so it's not going to hurt my feelings at all. If you have any other questions, though, ask below. Schmarvin out. Thanks for watching an episode on tutorials for Windows 10.